So now, as you can see, this is the power jack. Okay, this is the fuse, as you can see here, the fuse near to the power jack, as you can see, and other protection components. Okay, so this is a fuse. Here we have the switch, the first switch, the second switch, the diode, as you can see. This is the diode, the Zener diode. This is for protection. And here we have two coils, as you can see, and two capacitors. Okay. And here, as you can see, this is a fuse with 0 above it, a fuse. So all these components are for protection. Okay. So among the common faults is a bad component in the protection stage, because this component is made to protect the whole motherboard from a high voltage or a high current. Here also, as you can see, always you will find a diode in the protection components. So as you can see, this is the power jack connector. Here we have the diode. As you can see, this is the diode. Always the diode is a protection, is an important protection component in every motherboard, because one side of the diode, the anode, is connected to the ground and the cathode is connected to the power rail. When there is a problem, the diode will be shorted to the ground in order to protect the whole motherboard. Here we have the Zener diode, as you can see. Here this is two coils, okay? Two coils, as you can see. Okay, all these components are for protection. In every motherboard, you will find near to the power jack the protection components. The protection components is made to protect the motherboard from a high voltage or a high current. Okay, so you will find diodes, sometimes fuses, coils, capacitors, etc. Okay. So let's see this motherboard also, as you can see. So this is the power jack connector here. For this motherboard, the power jack is connected to a cable and then to this connector, as you can see. So here we have many components. So let's find out the diode. Always the diode is the main component in the protection components. So as you can see here, okay, so here this is the power connector, as you can see, okay, and near to power connector we have the diode, as you can see. Okay, the diode is for protection. When there's a problem in the voltage or current, the diode will be shorted to the ground and then protect the other components and other circuits. Okay, here we have two coils, as you can see. Always or usually you will find coils near to the power connectors and the diode, of course. Sometimes you can find the fuse, etc. Okay, so the protection component, especially the diode or the fuse, are one of the common faults in laptop motherboards. So let's check this motherboard also. You will see the same working principle. As you can see, the power jack is connected to this motherboard via a cable. This is the power connector, okay? The power connector, as you can see, that contain, here we have switches, two switches, and of course we have the diode. Always you will find the diode. One side of the diode is connected to the ground, okay, and the other side is connected to 19 volts or 20 volts depending on the type of the laptop. Okay, so one side is connected to the power rail and the other side is connected to the ground. When you have a problem, a high voltage or a high current, the diode will be shorted directly to the ground and then prevent other circuits from damage. Okay, so as you can see, so this is the diode, always a black component. A rectangle black component is the diode. As you can see, we have D21, the reference for this diode. As you can see, this part is correct, as you can see. Okay, This is the diode. Always the anode part is connected to the ground, and the cathode or the negative part is connected to the power rail. So among the common faults in laptop motherboards is a shorted diode or a bad fuse in the power circuits, okay, near to the power jack or near to the power jack connector. Always when you get a bad motherboard or a no power laptop, you should check the components near to the power jack or near to the power jack connector, especially the diode, fuse, coils, Zener diode, etc.